What's up, everybody? This is Nate Rage, back again to talk about a new film. You remember the movie that came on Netflix a couple of years ago? The Babysitter? Well, the sequel just came out. Babysitter, Killer Queen. Let's talk about it. The Babysitter 2 takes place 2 years after the original film, and once again finds Cole trying to escape a satanic cult trying to kill him and take his virgin blood. I really enjoyed the first movie that just came out of nowhere on Netflix. My friend Mitchell, he told me that we should watch this. Me and my family watched together, and it's been one of my favorite horror comedies for, well, since about the 3 years it's been out. And I was really surprised that you made a sequel. The first one doesn't even end where it seems like it would be good for a sequel. So when the sequel came out, I was like, hell, I can't wait to watch this. Now, really quick before I review this film and tell you what I think of it, will you please comment below and tell me what you thought of the first Babysitter movie, and if you've seen the new one, and what do you think about it? Please comment below and tell me. I'd like to know what you think. This movie is jam-packed full of energy. It doesn't really slow down, and it's jam-packed full of comedy mostly too. Just comedy.
Oh, you okay? You look like you seen a gorgeous black ghost.
It never slows down. There's always a kill or a plot twist. Nothing bogs us down. It's just full on. And through all its different beats, it tries and does really well. It accomplishes entertaining us, the audience, from beginning to end. Since this is a horror comedy, there is no shortage of over-the-top, ultra-violent gags, even more than the first film. It even tries to outdo some of the kills in the first film, and does it pretty well. There's so much over-the-top gore and gags. I fucking love this movie. And just like the first film, all the characters, especially the villains, are so lively with their own unique quirks. Their personalities are hilarious.
Don't worry, guys. I'm good.
I watched this skull explode.
Luckily, the devil gives good head.
The funny thing is, the only straight man in the movie is the main character, Cole. He's surrounded by all these wacky characters, crazy boys at school, crazy parents, and most of all, the satanic devil cult that keeps trying to kill him and get his blood so they can perform some kind of ritual and makes him, I guess, immortal? It's crazy. You know? A lot of the fun of this movie is just like hyper reality cranked up to 11. In fact, it reminds me of the Crank movies with Jason Statham. You know, the first one's kind of crazy, and the second one's just like, am I high right now? What was it? What was in my coffee I drank? Did someone do something to me? Like, what the hell? That's how this movie is. I swear sometimes the shit got so crazy, I thought I was high. And I don't do drugs or anything. So I was like, what the hell? It was just like, holy crap. Fuck. Damn. There's no shortage There's no shortage of times this movie tries to entertain you. But it doesn't work all the time. Let's get to the cons of the film. So while this movie hits most of the beats it's supposed to, it just feels like it's missing something. Like some of the heart from the first film. Maybe a certain actress that's not in most of this sequel? Maybe the one that plays the babysitter in the first movie? Samara Weaving? Yes, I simped over her a little bit. Anyway, she really did make the first movie pretty good. So without her in most of this one, it just feels like, there's something missing. I know she was probably busy with doing the new Bill and Ted movie, which she does a pretty good job at as well, even though she's just doing her impression of Keanu Reeves. Keanu Reeves. Reeves. Awesome! One of the things that made the first movie so good is that it blended really well plot, premise, and themes all together into a juicy blender, and it shot out a great movie. Well, this one's missing a little bit of that. I mean, you have this babysitter that's pretty much every 12-year-old boy's dream, and she turns out to be a psycho, crazy killer lady with her friends being in a satanic cult after your virgin blood. And you put all the plot lines together, the first film, it just feels so cohesive. And this one does it somewhat. It was horror, it was comedy, it was also a coming-of-age story. And when you age him up, where he doesn't really have a babysitter, it just loses some of the spark when it talks about that stuff, but it also shows him that he is very traumatized from all the experience from the first movie, and I kind of like that a lot. And it really gets into all the death cult stuff a lot in this movie and explains so much more about it. It has all the comedy, but it just feels like it's missing some of the depth from the first film. I mean, Mick G just doubled down on all of the crazy visual effects, and it feels like there's just no restraint. I mean, to me, that's not a bad thing, but to other people, it may feel like just a little bit too much, you know? It's time to rate the movie! It's rating time! Boop, 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 boop. I give this movie a solid B+. Like B, like The Babysitter, B in the first movie, and then some of this one. Well, anyway, if you enjoyed this video, leave a comment, please, and subscribe and tell me what you think of this movie. Bye! See you next time! Seriously, go on.